How can you prevent your child care educators from burnout? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. So what are the early signs of a burnout? Well, the first sign is someone that walks in your center and you automatically feel their energy. You feel that they're rigid, they're closed up. They kind of keep to themselves, acting like everything is fine. When you walk into their classroom and you want to offer, let's say, some constructive criticism or some feedback, they take it in the wrong way. They're not open to it. They're not open to help, and they keep acting like everything is fine. The second symptom that someone is headed off to in burnout is when someone is irritated. I mean, they lose their cool. They're not patient anymore. They may lose their cool with you, the owner, or with the manager if you have one, the lead educator. Maybe they lose their cool with the customers, with the parents, or maybe the kids. It's someone that is really not pleasant to be around. Like anything that you mention to them, any change in their routine kind of sets them off, and they're really irritable real quickly. The third sign is that someone that is physically unwell. If you feel like your employee is consistently calling in sick, their back aches, their knee aches, they look unwell, they look tired, they're not well groomed, they look like they just rolled out of bed and kind of like just decided to come to work that day. That's a pretty big sign that someone is headed towards a burnout, when they're not giving that extra attention to the way they look, to the way they show up in work, to their energy, and to their health, right? And maybe it's someone that has gained a lot of weight, maybe it's someone that started smoking all of a sudden, and you know that there's something there because this person wasn't like that before. And the fourth sign is low performance. Maybe this employee used to be amazing with lesson planning and, interacting with the kids and the other staff members, but now you find a lot of gaps in their performance. They are lacking in a lot of areas. Their lesson planning is flawed. The way they carry themselves within the team is also flawed, and you feel like their performance is going downwards. So how do you avoid staff burnout in your center? So here are a few things that have definitely worked for me, and I hope that they work for you. Build a team culture that raises people up. The last thing you want to be is the type of leader that is all about the bottom line, that's all about business and sales, and puts their staff last on the list. As a leader, it is your job, it's your responsibility to foster that type of community right from the beginning. So maybe you're starting your business right now, maybe you're watching this and you've been struggling with staff, or maybe you've been in business for a while and you know that this is something that's lacking in your team. Having that team culture that other centers are jealous of, right? Being the type of daycare or preschool program that other educators desperately want to work for. And how do you do that? Well, you do that by pouring into your team. You do that by investing in them. You do that by showing them that they're valued, that they're appreciated. You do that by sending them to workshops, having staff meetings that are filled with value. You do that by making sure that you're attracting the right type of employees in your business. And you also do that by making sure you know that once someone is not the right fit, that you take action and you don't let them kind of drag down the rest of the team with them. The second thing you can do is have clear expectations right from the beginning. And you do that inside your team handbook and all those policies and processes that you're going to create when you're starting your business, right? So maybe you've been in business for a while, or maybe you're brand new to this, or maybe you're thinking of opening a center. One of the most important documents that you'll have to put together is your team handbook. And it is filled with processes and systems that is going to allow you to kind of set that foundation when you're hiring people to join your business family. So for example, having a strong onboarding system, knowing that when you are hiring someone, they are fully supported, they are guided, they know exactly what's expected of them. Having clear roles and responsibilities for every single type of position that your business offers, right? So the manager knows what they're in charge of, the educator's the same, the cook, the janitor, the lead educator, and so on. People want to know what's expected of them. They want to feel guided, they want to feel supported, they want to know what they're signing up for. So it's the third thing you want to think about is invest in your team. You know, Tony Robbins has a saying that says, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's so true in all aspects of our lives. You want to be someone that, appreciates their staff enough to understand that they're not babysitters, right? You want to appreciate them and keep pouring into them. So this can be easily done by, for example, organizing a retreat once a year or twice a year and inviting your staff to come and spend maybe a day or two with you, where you are going to have activities planned out for them that's going to help them develop professionally and personally. So it could be mindset coaches, it could be coaches that help them with their, planning. It can be workshops on, story time or whatever, you can find online. There's so many amazing resources out there nowadays that if you look, you'll find someone that, creates workshops on any type of topic under the sun. So think about, organizing retreats. If that's not possible for you, well, what about getting people to come in your center and kind of having like every 3 or 4 months, someone come in and do a workshop on guidance techniques or mindset or planning out your day as an educator, right? There's so many topics that you can learn about, and only because you've been working with children for like 10 years or 15 years doesn't mean that you stop growing. You have to be consistently growing and investing in yourself and in your skills so that you're not burnt out, so that you're excited to show up to work every single day. So you should be doing this for yourself as the leader, but also for your staff as well. And number 4 is pay them better. There's no secret that early childhood educators are not super well paid. In fact, as of April 2021, the average income of an early childhood educator in the United States was $28,000. You guys, that's not enough. That's definitely not enough. So I understand that as a business owner, you want to make sure that you are, you're making profit at the end of the month or at the end of the year, but you have to start thinking about your staff and paying them better. And I know that offering more money to your staff may not be your reality right now, and I respect that. But I want you to understand one thing, that if you have the choice of, let's say, for example, investing X amount of dollars every single month on brand new toys versus taking that money and kind of giving raises to your staff or getting someone to come in to give them a workshop, wouldn't you rather do that? And then just go and visit a secondhand store and invest in toys that way? It really is a juggling game. It really is what you value most in your business. But one thing I know for sure is that if you have someone working for you that in your gut, they get what you're about, what your center's about, they're excellent with the kids, everyone loves them, and you know that you're not paying them to the best of your ability, well, chances are that this person is going to eventually quit and go work somewhere else. As an employer, what are a few things that you can do when you feel like an educator is on the verge of a burnout, okay? So the first thing I want to suggest is try to give them time off, okay? So I know that this is not ideal for everyone in their business, depending on the months of the year and, depending on all the things that you have going on in your business, but think about what would happen if you didn't do this and this employee just decided the next day just to quit and never show up again, right? So you want to be in control of what you can control and not worry about the rest. So one of the things that you definitely can control is offering time off. So maybe this can be time off paid. Maybe they want to take their vacation a little bit early. Maybe they want to split their vacation time and take a week now and take another week later on in the year, right? If you can do this for your employee, why not, right? Offer them a vacation time that they can kind of disconnect from work, get their things in order, work on their mindset, and so that they are energized to come back again. Now, if you can organize your schedule around someone just taking a week or 2 weeks off, please do so. The other thing you can do when you feel like an employee is on the verge of a burnout is look at your schedules. Like, what do the schedules look like for your staff? Do you feel that they're working 40 plus hours a week and it's starting to show, it's starting to take a toll on their work? Or do you feel like maybe you could kind of shuffle things around and maybe, let's say, offer a 4-day week where every one of your educators works 4 days a week, has a day off. They rotate this throughout the week, and this leaves them time to kind of have an extra day of rest where they get to do their things, they get to take care of themselves, disconnect from work, so that they're more energized when they come back for their 4-day week. I know a lot of centers in my area that implemented this and have seen amazing results. So that's something you can definitely try as well. Another thing you can think about doing is offering perks, right? So you want to be a center that takes care of its people. And one of the fun things you can do is make sure that your staff is staying healthy and on track. So maybe this can be a gym membership that is offered at a discount. Maybe this can mean that you would cover, let's say, 50% of their gym membership. It's really something fun that you can do for your staff that is going to encourage them to get out more, to get healthy, to work on their health. Because if someone is healthy and they feel well and good in their skin, then the chances of them going on a burnout is so much lower versus someone that is so unhealthy, that just watches TV in the weekends and just does nothing else productive with their life. And then they just show up to work on Monday and they're just kind of like in that same mindset, right? You see the difference in both of those situations. So why not be the type of center that really fosters healthy living and a healthy lifestyle by offering a gym membership or at a discount at a gym membership? Another thing you want to consider is making sure that your roles and responsibilities in your team handbook are crystal clear. You don't want your staff to feel that they have to do everything under the sun. When you feel like an employee is headed towards a burnout, kind of think about what they're doing in their day. And if you feel like they're doing too many things, approach them about that. Or even better, go into your team handbook and kind of look through the job description that you created and think to yourself, is this a lot? Does this make sense? Or can I kind of tweak and edit or take things off of their plate so they don't feel like they're always struggling against the time to try to do everything, right? Encourage your staff to leave the center when it's their lunch break. I know a lot of educators that like to kind of sleep when the kids are sleeping and, be on their phone and check their Facebook or their IG. And that is something that you want as a team leader to get your staff out of doing, okay? Going out, getting some fresh air, change of scenery, going into nature, going for a walk, going and getting a coffee at the closest, a coffee shop and coming back. You want to encourage your staff to, first of all, be active during their lunch break, so maybe going out and walking, but you also want to encourage them to kind of to disconnect from their environment so that when their lunch break is over, they feel a little bit more refreshed. And I know for a fact that when it was really cold outside in the winter months, and my staff just decided to stay indoors, take their lunch indoors, their coffee breaks indoors, I saw the difference in their mood versus spring, summer, fall time when it was much more pleasant to go out for a walk and, get some fresh air and kind of run their errands. I saw a difference in their performance. So really try to encourage them to get out of the center when it's their lunch break or when it's their coffee break and just get some fresh air and walk. As a childcare business owner, being empathetic about your staff's struggles, being a leader, shining the light on their skills and what they're amazing at, and showing gratitude for all the amazing things that they do in the business, in your business, can definitely reduce the burnout rates in your center. So if you enjoyed this video, you're also going to enjoy this one.